If you have ever felt like you know what to do to feel better in your body, but you just can't seem to stick with it, or you say to yourself, this is the last time, and you've said that to yourself more times than you can even count, or if you feel stuck in this loop of having such good intentions only to end up emotionally eating or overeating or binge eating, and then vowing to yourself that you are going to start again on Monday. I see you because I have lived it. And in this video, I want to share what actually helped me break free and what I now guide my clients through in my one-on-one coaching program. Because here's the truth. It's not about having more willpower or more self-control. It's not about having more discipline or stricter rules or finding the right diet or exercise program. It is about our capacity and the beliefs and emotions and identity that are driving our behavior in the first place. So for years and years, I was in this cycle where I would be good all day with my eating, and I would be on track, and I would feel like I was in control, and I was doing all the right things. But by nighttime, I would find myself in front of the fridge or in front of the cupboard and just numbing out with food and feeling completely out of control. And I would spiral into guilt, and I would think, what is wrong with me? Why can't I stick with it? And what I didn't know back then is that I wasn't broken. There was nothing wrong with my brain. I was just at my current capacity. And the first thing that changed everything for me was awareness. I started noticing what I was actually feeling in those moments. The subtle tension or angst in my body, the emotional triggers that I had been trying to eat away. And when I was able to bring that attention to that awareness inside my body and to the patterns, I was really able to take the first step out of autopilot. And I started to ask myself, what am I actually needing right now? What is going on? And that awareness was the first step to my healing. And the next step was really learning how to reframe the thoughts that I didn't even realize I was thinking. So once I got that awareness, I was able to think about what I was thinking. And I had all of these thoughts like, I'm so out of control. I have ruined everything. I'm such a screw up. I'm such a mess up. Something is wrong with me. I'm not disciplined enough. So I started catching these patterns, and I started changing the way I spoke to myself. And I started speaking to myself like I actually cared about myself. And I would intentionally practice new thoughts like, I am learning how to trust myself. This one eating experience does not define me. I do not have to spiral out of control. Another one I thought was, my body is not the problem. My body is a messenger. My body is on my side. I can trust my body. And it wasn't perfect. It didn't happen overnight. I would go back and forth. But as I kept doing this, I started having more and more thoughts that supported me instead of sabotaged me. And that's the power of our mindset. It's not about thinking positively. It's about thinking powerfully. Having more useful thoughts that actually calm our nervous system so we can actually stop and make different choices without automatically just going into behaviors that feel like are out of our control. And then the third thing, which I think is the most powerful shift of all, is identity. So I stopped trying to fix the version of me who was struggling and focusing on like, how am I going to fix myself? And I instead started focusing on becoming the version of me that didn't need food to cope anymore, that didn't feel out of control around food, that felt confident and in her body and at peace with food, that felt safe in my body. So what would that version of me, how would she think? How would she feel? How would she talk to herself? How would she treat herself every day? And little by little, I started making decisions from her. Because when you start living from your future identity, the woman that you are yearning to become, the change stops being a fight. It becomes like a coming home, a getting closer to this version of you that you know exists because you can feel her. So if you are currently stuck in a cycle of just wondering, why can't I just get it together? I want you to hear this. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You've just reached the limits of your current capacity. And that's the exact work that I do with my clients in my one-on-one coaching program. We really start to learn how to expand our emotional capacity and how to rewire our thoughts and change our destructive patterns of thinking and heal our metabolism, but also heal our mind and shift our identity so we can finally feel at peace with food and safe and confident in our own body. So if this speaks to you, I would love to invite you to book a free consultation. In this call, we will talk about what has been keeping you stuck and what it would look like to actually create lasting freedom. Without the shame, without another diet, without a set of rules, but true freedom. So if you are interested, please click the link below to schedule your free call, because I promise you, you are closer than you think. And I want to leave you with this. It's an affirmation that really helped me when I was doing this work. And feel free to repeat it or write it down or use it however it benefits you. But I am becoming the woman who feels safe in her body and at peace with food. She already lives in me, and I am learning how to trust her. So if this was helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more support, and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Remember, you have got this, and I believe in you. I'll see you next time.